IF35 got engaged to my fiancé Eric M37 2 months ago. He moved in with me and my daughter's OIF13. Everything was going well till he started complaining about Zoe's cat, which is strange because the cat is so sweet and quiet most of the time, and so I had no idea what the issue was exactly. Anyways, he went from complaining about the cat to making demands about her. He gave Zoe a list of places the cat can/can't go, things she's allowed to touch, banned her from places like kitchen and sofa, Zoe's favorite place to cuddle with her cat. Zoe showed me this list, and I had an argument with him telling him he needed to stop this because it was ridiculous. He ranted about this being his house too, and how he expects things to change after we get married. Few days ago, I was at work and got a call from Zoe crying saying her cat wasn't in her room and in the house. I freaked out too and went home to look for her. Zoe and I looked for 2 hours before a neighbor of ours brought her and told us that he saw Eric leaving her outside and getting in his car and leaving. I was surprised and quite angry. Zoe took her cat and went back inside. I immediately drove to my future in-laws home where Eric said he'd be. The second I saw him sitting with his family, I went off and blew up at him in front of everyone. His mom asked what was happening and I told her son got my daughter's indoor cat outside the house, probably hoping for her to get lost. He argued about wanting me to stop spouting nonsense and go home and we'd talk there, but I refused. It got worse and I ended up leaving after his family flipped out at him. He sent a bunch of texts talking about the stunt I pulled in front of his family. He said that he didn't mean to leave the cat out, but after checking the cams I confirmed it. He still insisted that I humiliated him in front of his family and tried to turn them against him. He's been staying with a friend and has stopped calling and texting. A2 for blowing up on him in front of his family. Here's some cat tax link. NTA, just break up with him and move on. He's not a good person. Also, I'm tickled by the picture of the cat with lol surprise behind it. I bet he was lol surprised when you showed up at his family's place to call him out on his bullshit. I'm dying. NTA. What he did is horrible, but what it says about him is way worse. He doesn't just lack empathy, but also respect for you and your daughter and integrity. Definitely NTA, and I grew up with a stepfather like this. Let me just say, it ended with him almost killing me via arson, run, and now, edit. Since so many people asked, I have posted my story. Here https://www.reddit.com/r/true-of-me-chest/comment/vi//my_step-father_score tried_meme_underscore. Off my chest seemed like the most acceptable place to put that mess. His house too? Really? He moved in and now makes all the rules. How much do you value this controlling relationship? This man is going to get worse and more demanding. Set your boundaries and toss this person to the roadside. You and your daughter will be much happier in the long run. He expects things to change after we get married. Big red flag. The best choice is no wedding at all. I think he an abusive who waited until he was moved in and embedded before showing his true colors. The fact that his family went off at him as well is very telling. This is only the tip of the iceberg. There is no future here. NTA. I knew the fiancé was an R as soon as I got to the sentence. He ranted about this being his house too and how he expects things to change after we get married. Op needs to prioritize her child and the sweet fluffy baby and kick her soon-to-be ex-fiancé out of her house. NTA. NTA. But if you stay engaged to him, you will be towards your daughter. I hope he's your ex-fiancé at this point. The once we get married things are gonna change. Red flag. Op. NTA. 1. Change your locks. 2. Pack his crap in one big box and tape your ring to the top of it. 3. Put said box at the end of the driveway for him to pick up. 4. Hug your daughter, give the cat some scritches, and go on with your life. 5. Give your neighbor a nice thank you gift for rescuing the cat. Thank you/ice pudding for pointing that out. Edit, including .#5, from you/icepudding. Neighbor also deserves a big box of cookies for taking in the cat. Opus. Holy shit. I cannot emphasize this enough. For your sake. For your daughter's sake, do not marry this man ***. Make him move out. Immediately. End this relationship. NTA. Don't let him around the cat unsupervised. He is cold, calculating, and cruel. This is not a man you want to marry. Exactly. Next thing you know, this man will give you a list of places your daughter can/can't go, and what she is allowed to touch. Cruelty towards animals is really telling of someone's character, and putting an indoor cat outdoors, with the intention of getting it lost, or worse, run over by a car, is cruel. NTA. I might be overstepping here, but screw it, dump his ass. He's abusing two important members of your family here, your daughter and that beautiful cat. I'm so glad she was safe and your neighbor found her. Not overstepping at all. I'm wondering why Op is even thinking of staying with this man. I've seen the cat. The man should be composted. NTA. Seriously, that cat looks so fucking polite and kind. I will send my 7 cats to eat him. Things will change once you're married. His house. This guy is a patriarchal tool who's going to expect to be the king of the household and you and your daughter to be his subjects. Please don't marry him. NTA. Servants, not subjects. This guy's not worth the trouble he is already causing. Claiming Op house as his, forcing his ways on the people that live there, including the cat who was there first. Get rid, although it seems the trash already took itself out, so that might be great. He ranted about this being his house too, and how ***he expects things to change after we get married***. Well, at least he gave you fair warning. Time to protect your daughter, her cat, and yourself. While he's staying with his friend, change the locks and pack up his things. If you can, have them delivered to the friend's house. If not, to his parents. Don't forget to include the engagement ring, if you have one. NTA. Maybe throw some cat littler as a little treat in there. Cancel the engagement and get rid of him. If he's willing to dump someone's pet, who knows what else he might do. NTA. A dude who tosses away a family pet is a dude who will divorce you if you get cancer. NTA. But you will be if you marry him. He has already told you this is how it's going to be when you marry him. He is controlling and doesn't care at all about you or your daughter's feelings. NTA. But will be if you don't break off that engagement. How he expects things to change after we get married. But will they change? If you let it slide, he'll expect you to accommodate his every whim, and if you don't, he'd take the matter into his own hands, like he did with the cat. That's what he means. Once they are married, he gets to be the big boss man. He has won his way into their hearts and home, and now that he has implanted himself and feels safe, he's going to rip it apart to build his personal empire he can control. And speaking of, this statement is just as telling as his attempt on their cat's life. NTA. Sounds like he's shady AF, completely untrustworthy, selfish, and worried more about his reputation than you and your daughter's happiness. You should run. Yeah, it reeks narc behavior here. I saw it firsthand with my dad. Can't fool me anymore. NTA. It's time to rehome the man. She should drive the man out to a farm and leave him there. NTA. My mom remarried when I was your daughter's age, and her husband hated my cat, Phobe. Phobe was my whole world, and the most loving creature ever. My mom's new husband went and dropped her somewhere in the middle of San Diego, and I never found her again. I still cry when I think about her to this day, and I'm 30 now. Even making this response is starting to choke me up. My mom never stood up to him for me. She always let the men in her life abuse me. I'm so glad you're defending your daughter. There is no man worth traumatizing your daughter. I'm so sorry all of that happened to you. Sending you love and hugs. It's probably the time To give him the prize, send back the engagement ring and the title, ex-fiancé. BC this shows that he doesn't have your daughter's best interests in mind and he is trying to control her. You blow up at him and yet he is making you feel guilty about defending your daughter. If you want to lose a daughter and gain a toxic partner, you're welcome to proceed with marrying him. P.S. The cat is so cute, you should defend the cat too. Spot on. And I have to add that kitty is so very floofy and cute that I wanted to get a bunch of tactical gear and gather friends for a SEAL Team 6 style rescue operation. No cat left behind. But seriously, Opus. Everyone is saying the same thing. Unfortunately for too many women, me included, we speak from experience. Accept good counsel when it's from the heart. He's working from an abuser's playbook and his stuff needs to gather no dust in your house. Be done with him. NTA. It's not really about the cat. It's about control. The cat is just a test to see how much he can get away with. If you had defended him or just accepted his behavior, suddenly there would have been new restrictions on Zoe's behavior, designed so she'd fail them, and one of your friends would be the new enemy he would work on making you stop talking to. This is what I think too. He's testing how easy Opus to abuse. NTA. He did this knowing it would cause hurt and anger for your daughter. He lied to you, thinking he could sweep it under the rug. He tried using his family as a way to keep you silent. What value did you find in this relationship? Is that value still there? Side note, think long and hard on how you want to move forward. Can you trust him in your home moving forward? If you allow him to stay, and he does something else that causes hurt for your daughter, you 100% would be an R. Do not marry this man. NTA. Seeing some red flags there. Marinara. Huge NTA. But you will be, if you marry him. He obviously doesn't respect your daughter. He's controlling and volatile. He will drive a wedge between you and your daughter, and she will resent you for it. NTA. I'm old enough to be your mom. I can tell you from experience, never trust a person that is mean to animals. Especially an animal that you love. Next it'll be rules for your daughter, since it's his house too. I wish I had known this before starting my relationship with my ex-partner. She didn't like dogs at all, so she was extremely mean to my dog Sparky all the time. Never hit him or anything, but constantly yelling at him and stuff. She went on to emotionally abuse me with constant threats of violence against me. I only recently was able to get away and go to a DV shelter. This man is no good. Please leave him. NTA. NTA. And he is trying to dominate the house and make all the rules. You were right to stand up to him. He blatantly lied to you about the cat. He has no code of ethics. If what he did wasn't wrong, well, lie and hide it. This is just the beginning of him trying to establish total control. He warned you saying things will change when you are married. If you do not like his behavior now, it will only get worse after you are married. If you marry him, your daughter should live with someone else. I don't tend to be a grammar Nazi, but you misspelled. It's ex-fiancé. NTA. I mean, if he's a dude, it's technically ex-fiancé with one E, but I upvoted this anyway. Best comment ever.